Hello and welcome back. All the work you're doing in this program is getting you closer and closer to creating the body and the life of your dreams. Today is all about questions and how you can use them to help change an unwanted attitude, action, or habit into a better mind, better body attitude, action, and habit. What I love about this one is that we always have questions. So this isn't about learning something new. It's about learning to use something we have more effectively. When things aren't as you want them to be, or you don't feel the way you want to feel, what can you do? You can use the quadruple A process to help yourself get a new perspective on your situation in the moment. All you have to do is remember these 4 A's, and you can shift your whole situation for your benefit. The 4 A's are acknowledge, ask, answer, act. That's it. It's a simple step-by-step process. You do 1 A at a time. The first A is acknowledge. Let's say you're running on an old pattern or a feeling seems to come up that doesn't feel good. Don't fight it. Acknowledge its existence. There's an old saying, what you resist persists. That means that if you fight that feeling, if you try to pretend it's not there, you'll have a beast of a time changing it. But if you simply acknowledge it as a pattern, from there you can take responsibility to change it. Acknowledging means seeing it for what it really is, a pattern, not your reality, just a pattern. The second A is ask. Now you get to ask yourself a great question. Not just any question, a great question. Something like, what else could this mean? Or what do I want most right now? Or what's the solution? What's great about this? What can I appreciate about this right now? Your unconscious mind will answer whatever question you ask. So ask the questions that will move you forward in life, not keep you stuck in old patterns. When you ask a great question, you get in the third A, which is answer. During this program, you've been learning a lot of tools and skills that will help you answer those questions in a way that's best for you. There's no right or wrong answer, and there's always more than one answer. You can keep asking great questions until you find or create an answer that helps you move forward and feel good. And one very important point here, your answer has to be something that you can control. You can't control what other people say or do. You can only control your responses. Once you have the answer, the key that most people miss is you have to act on that answer. That's the fourth A, act. That's how you'll start to rewire your brain to create new patterns. Act on the answer you just came up with. Take some type of action that moves you forward towards what you want most. So let me give you an example. Let's say that this past weekend, you got off your better mind and body system. You had a slip. Maybe you ate some cake. Maybe you ate some pizza. Maybe you ate something that you know wasn't going to fit into the goals that you had set for yourself. So a lot of times what will happen is you start beating yourself up. Why did I do that? I'm so awful. I'm never going to be able to reach this goal. This is horrible. I should just give up. Right? All of those awful things that we say to ourselves. We say so many awful things to ourselves that we would never think about saying to someone else, right? So what should we be doing in that? Well, first we want to acknowledge it happened and it's okay. But now ask ourselves, right? Let's ask, why did it happen? What was happening in that moment that made me slip? What were some of those triggers that could have happened? Did I get stressed out? Right? Did I start feeling insecure? Was it perhaps a party that I went to, an activity that I was doing? Answer those, right? Well, you know what? I was a bit stressed. I think I was stressed because we were at a family function and there were all my favorite foods there and I got caught up in the moment. Now answer, how are some ways that I could change that? What could I have done differently in order to have a different outcome? To be able to maybe celebrate a little bit, give myself a treat, but not totally fall off the wagon. Well, maybe I could have acknowledged that pattern prior to, proactively recognizing the situation that I was putting myself in. Maybe thinking about some things that could happen and how I could counter that. Maybe I would have eaten, had a shake before I went, so that I didn't show up to the event hungry already, right? Maybe I could have brought some of my own snacks. Or maybe I could have said, you know what, I'm going to have a small sliver of cake and it's going to be okay. I don't have to fall off completely, right? So these are some things that you want to do. You want to first acknowledge that it happened, Be kind to yourself. You want to ask the good questions. How can I do things differently? Recognize that it's a pattern, it's okay. Then you want to answer those questions. And then most importantly, you want to act. So the next time that you go to a function or you go somewhere that you know could be a problem, you already have the answers, the way to solve it so that the same thing doesn't happen. Admittedly, there are times when our emotions simply don't want to be turned off or turned around. Asking great questions and coming up with answers you can control is a simple way to change your focus in the moment. Remember the quadruple A's: acknowledge, ask, answer, act. You can do it anytime, anywhere. No equipment necessary.